All right, welcome everyone into the house. I want to thank you all again for sticking with me through this little bit of a rough patch. And we are on. All right, so in this vlog, in this episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about strategies. I feel like this is going to be one of my favorite ones. This is going to be one of my best vlogs because I think it's a very important topic with YouTube, and I think I'm relatively new to crafts, but I doubt YouTube was really the beginning of the big influx of everyone trying new strategies. I'm sure it's been around as long as probably crafts has been around. However, with YouTube nowadays, it is all about who can find the best strategy to try to win at craps. You know what? Before I start to get into the strategies, or talking about them, let me set a point, and then we'll get into it. That's going to be 9. Nina 9. That's a 6 and a 3. 6 and a 3. That's 9. All right. Okay. So, like I was just saying, what I want to talk to you guys about in this episode is about strategies, why they're important, answer the question of can they help you win, basically what are kind of the pros and cons of any strategy, not a particular strategy, but what are the pros and cons of a strategy, of using a strategy, rather than just, going to the casino with whatever money you want to use and just going and playing. So, and I've done a few episodes. I've had my girlfriend and stuff, and you guys have probably seen some of my episodes where I kind of compare, I use a strategy, she doesn't, and we see who wins. Normally, she wins. So, just in those videos, I've already kind of shown you that you don't need a strategy. So that kind of answers question 1 of, do you have to learn all these complicated hedging and pressing and regressing and step-by-step strategies to help you win at craps? No. Guys, this game is already complicated enough, especially to new, just beginner craft players. This is a very complicated game. I remember it looked complicated as heck to me when I first started playing it, but once you learn it, it really isn't that complicated. If you can understand roulette, you can understand this game. It's just a little bit difficult to kind of just look at the board and understand it without any instruction. So, do you need a strategy to win? No, I'm going to argue you do not need a strategy to win. Well, if I don't need a strategy to win, then what's the point of a strategy, you may ask? And to that, I would say a few things. Let me set another point. I did just hit my point. That was a 6-3-9. That was a repeater 9. It looks like a hard 6. That's 2 trees in the forest. There's 2 trees. So, you don't need a strategy to win. So why do I show you all these strategies on my channel? Well, there's a few reasons. 1, it gets me engaging with you guys. So 1, it's for my benefit, to give you guys some entertainment, to give you guys some strategies to look at and see if they can win. But I think we all know at this point, no strategy can overcome the house advantage. So, again, what's the point? Well, I'm going to argue a few things here. The point of strategies is 1, to give you a system and to make sure that you can stay within that system. It prevents emotions kind of coming into play. When you have a system and you can stick to it, that's important. You have to, if you do want to play with a strategy and you want to reap the benefits of strategies, you have to play the strategy. So it makes you, it kind of takes out some of the guesswork. So that's a little bit of a pro, I would argue, because, sometimes you're at the table, you get a little nervous, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. What should I bet? You just go to your strategy. You just, okay, my strategy is this. This is what I bet. It takes all the emotion, it takes all the guesswork out of it. Yes, there's no one twisting your arm saying you have to play this way. But as long as you stick to your guns, it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. And I think that's what a lot of people like about strategies, is that you have something to blame, basically, if you lose. It's not, oh, I made the wrong decision. It was my strategy was not good today. Something like that. Whatever systems or whatever you play, a lot of people will say, well, my strategy normally works. It just didn't work today. And it gives them something to blame instead of just saying, oh, I lost. It's my strategy lost. So that's a pro or a con, depending, I guess, how you look at it. Another pro I will argue for strategies is that they normally have a set amount of money you need for said strategy. Whether it's $100, whether it's $1,000, they normally have a set amount that okay, I need to save up this amount so that I can go play. It gives you a set amount to save up towards. It gives you a set amount of money to lose, and as long as you stick to the strategy, that's it. You have a breaking point, basically. So it prevents some of the chasing. It prevents some of the extra losses that might come with playing with your emotions. So, like I said, it kind of takes out the whole emotions of gambling if you are disciplined about it. If you're not disciplined about it, and you stick to your strategy for a little bit, and then you just you go play emotionally, then the strategies don't really do anything for you. I'll be honest. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go through a little bit of the cons of strategies first. The biggest con, I think, of strategies, especially right now on YouTube, the biggest con is that people are starting to peddle these strategies as they win 80% of the time, they win 90% of the time, they win 100% of the time, and people see that and they don't know any better, and they go, well, no pun intended, well, crap. Let me just go rack up $500 out of my bank account. I'm going to go to the casino. I'm going to turn it into my personal bank. And sorry, if you've been fooled by that, if you're watching this and you've been fooled by that, I try to prevent all of that on my channel. But you have to remember, people on YouTube, and I say they because I don't get paid at all. They get paid based on how many views they get. So they are going to try to peddle whatever they can to you to get those views. Not all channels. There are some very good channels out here that they do their best to make sure that that it's not 100% effective. They're not trying to trick you, basically. With that said, there are channels that are trying to trick you and just to try to get more views on their channel and stuff. For instance, there's some crap channels out there that I can't even tell you how many times I've seen can't fail or 100% effective, can't lose, something like on those lines. And it's not just crap, it's all of gambling, it's blackjack, it's everything. It's those kinds of channels that they're just trying to get more views, so they want to get more money from YouTube, help supply their income of whatever jobs they actually have. So that's one con of strategy. And that's mainly a con of YouTube. I wouldn't say that's not as much of a con of strategies themselves. It's more just, buyer beware type of thing when you watch these videos on YouTube. A pro and con. So I mentioned that it takes some of the emotions out of the gambling. That's good in some cases, because if you're winning, that's good because you don't have to do all the guesswork. If you're losing, that might make you just want to go back the next day and be like, okay, well, my strategy didn't work today. It's going to work tomorrow. Let me go get my money out of the bank, and we're going to go try it again. Because, you know, maybe just like I just mentioned, maybe you did fall prey to some of those people on YouTube, and you know this strategy works 90% of the time, so you say, okay, today was one of the 10%. Let me go back tomorrow, and it'll be one of the 90%. I'll get my money back. And then you get into that cycle and you start losing more and more money. So you get a little stubborn about your strategy. We hit another point, by the way, guys. That's good. That's good. So that's a con and a pro, I think, is if you don't use strategies properly, it can cost you more money in the long run because you keep trying to keep pushing them and try to refine them a little bit, and that costs even more money, and yeah, so on and so forth. I would say strategies can cost you a little more money if you're not careful about it, because you get very stubborn about your strategy. You get very invested. No pun intended on that one, but you get very invested in your strategy. You want it to win. You develop this strategy. Or whatever, you know, you watched hours and hours of YouTube and developing this way of playing, and then it doesn't work out, and you're stuck with, well, was that all wasted, or did I just not try enough? And then you go back and you try again, and it's a little bit of a snowball effect. So that would be another con of strategies. Guys, I wanted to mention just at the beginning, actually, of this video. This is a good time to mention it. I did just create a Twitter account. This is going to help me keep in contact with you guys. If something, you know, like Monday goes wrong, I can just quickly send out a tweet, let you guys know what's going on. I can be in touch with you guys as much as I can. So make sure, again, I'm just trying to help, you know, everything kind of stay fluid around here. Make sure I keep you guys in the loop. If you know, you don't have to share it or anything, but whatever, if you want to go check it out, that'll be my way going forward of keeping you guys in the loop. We have a Come Out 7 here. It's a winner, a frontline winner. That's good to see. Almost made back our money on this. Roll. That's good. There's another 5-2 Cinco Dos. Another Come Out 7. We're doing good with our bankroll right now. Speaking of bankroll, if you didn't check out yesterday's video on bankrolls, go check that one out. Let me know what you think of it. Alright, so I think that kind of summarizes all my thoughts on strategies. Let me know what you guys think of strategies. Again, just to kind of summarize all the talking points of strategies. First and foremost, there is no strategy out there that is worth a cent. There's no strategy out there that's worth a cent, meaning there is no strategy out there that is a guaranteed winner. And if anyone tries to sell you a strategy, if anyone tries to tell you that, you know, this strategy will make you money guaranteed, you run away. You walk away. You tell them they're full of crap. Again, I got a lot of puns in here today. And I think Color Up has mentioned this before, that no strategy is really worth anything. However, with that being said, point number 2 is strategies can make the game more fun if they're done correctly. And in that regard, yes, if you want to pay for a strategy that, you know, they're not trying to peddle it as a guaranteed win. It's just they're trying to peddle it as a very good strategy that can help, you know, you spend a lot of time at the table, then that's by all means, you know, if you want to pay for that, go ahead. Because, again, the whole point of this is to spend time in the casino. That's why you should be going for entertainment. And entertainment alone, it is not to make money. So if you can find a strategy that you like, that's in your comfort level, that lets you stay at the table as long as you want, then by all means, that's a good way to play, and I would recommend you do that. Number 3, strategies kind of take the emotions out of the game. It takes all the guesswork of what should I do, where should I place my money. It takes all the second guessing out of it, which is good in some regards. And then point number 4, sometimes that's not good. Sometimes it's kind of better just to go on your emotions and to go and just play, guys. It's supposed to be a fun game, and if you're not having fun with that strategy that you're playing, sometimes people just get so stubborn and it starts losing, and they're not they're just playing the strategy because they have to play the strategy. So they get a little mixed up, and the emotions kind of get back into playing with a strategy, and it's not as much fun sometimes. So again, strategies can enhance the fun. Sometimes they can almost ruin it. I've been in both areas. I've had times at the table where I'm like, why am I still playing like this? I'm not winning, and it's not fun for me. I don't really like playing that way. So I'll say point number 5 is, if you do want to play with strategies, find one that you are very comfortable with. Find one that, if you can find a strategy that you lose and you have fun, that's a good strategy. Stick with that one, because if you can have fun and lose, then when you win, you're going to have a bunch of fun. You're going to have so much fun when you're winning with that strategy. So that's what I would say is that's what you should be looking for in a strategy, because again, number 6, or I guess it's kind of, I've already said it, but no strategy is worth a dime. And if you're using strategies to try to make money, you're going to be disappointed, and you're not going to have as much fun in the casino, because you have that high expectation of this can't lose or whatever like that. Let me see. I think that's about all I want to say about strategies. Again, guys, go check out my Twitter account if you don't mind. It's just House Money. That's all it is. Just go search House Money and you should be able to find me. Find the channel, or find the Twitter account that has like the least amount of followers. That's probably me. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. In tomorrow's video, I think we're going to take this a step further, and we're going to talk about dice control and dice influencing. That will be, I don't know if that'll be tomorrow, but that will be one of the vlogs. So we're going to talk about that soon. We might talk a little bit about prop bets and stuff like that. We might start talking about some of the bets in specific. This is more of a broad, like just general strategies. And I think I want to talk about how to build a craps table. I think that'll be a short vlog that I do. So I think that's it. I think that's going to be it for me in the house. Hope to see you guys in the next one. But remember, before you go, remember that you're always welcome back here in the house anytime. And I'm going to set a point before we go. Hopefully. Let's see, I see a 3 and I see a 4. Okay, well that's another come out 7. Let's see here. Am I back to even yet? I think I'm even right there, so I'll wrap that up. And let me set a point for you guys real quick before you go, just to give you a little bit more action. And that's a 4 and a 5. That is what I call a center field. Center of the field, 9. 9 is the point. All right. So that's going to be it for this vlog, this chat with you guys. Appreciate you sticking around this long, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what your thoughts are again about this video.